Making a living will take care of your needs, keep the lights on, and put food on the table. But if all you do is make a living, you might find yourself existing without truly living. Designing a life means looking beyond the paycheck to craft days filled with meaning, joy, and purpose. It's not about working endlessly just to maintain what you have. It's about shaping the kind of life you want to wake up to each morning. If you only chase money, you risk ending up wealthy in numbers, but bankrupt in experience. The richest moments in life often have nothing to do with a bank account. They're found in relationships, adventures, and the quiet satisfaction of doing what matters to you. It's a tragedy to reach the end of your career and realize you were climbing a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. A job can feed you today, but a vision will feed you for a lifetime. When you have a clear picture of the life you want, work becomes a tool instead of a trap. Your daily efforts take on new energy when you see them as steps toward building the life you've imagined. A vision makes every hour of labor more valuable because it's tied to something greater than survival. True success should be measured not only by what you earn, but by the impact you leave on the world. Comfort may be pleasant, but purpose is what keeps your heart alive. Without it, days blend into each other. With it, every moment becomes a building block for something extraordinary. Work without direction is like sailing without a destination. You might move a lot, but you'll never arrive anywhere meaningful. Design your life so that your work serves your dreams, not the other way around. Don't wait for retirement to finally enjoy yourself. Start living a life worth living right now. A paycheck can keep you alive, but a dream will make you come alive. And remember, the goal isn't just to survive each day, but to create a life that inspires you every day. If you only chase money, you might discover too late that you've been running in the wrong race. Money can fill your wallet, but it can't fill the empty spaces in your heart. It can buy you comfort, but not meaning. Some people spend decades chasing the next paycheck, the next promotion, the next deal, only to find that they traded their best years for numbers on a statement. Wealth without purpose is like a feast without flavor. It looks impressive, but leaves you unsatisfied. Life's greatest treasures often can't be purchased. Time with loved ones, moments of peace, the thrill of adventure, the satisfaction of doing work that matters. Experiences shape you in ways money never can. They create stories, memories, and lessons that stay with you far longer than anything you can buy. This isn't an argument against earning well. It's a reminder to earn with intention. Let money be a servant to your life, not the master of it. Use it to create opportunities, to build experiences, and to contribute to causes that stir your soul. Because in the end, the value of your life won't be measured in the size of your bank account. It will be measured in the richness of your journey. And that's a kind of wealth no market can crash. A job can feed you today. It can cover the bills, keep you clothed, and put a roof over your head. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if all you have is the job, you're constantly starting over each morning. A vision for your life, on the other hand, feeds you for a lifetime. It gives you a long-term direction that turns every paycheck into a building block, not just a receipt for time spent. When you have a vision, you're not just trading hours for dollars. You're trading effort for progress towards something meaningful. The work you do becomes part of a bigger picture, and that gives you an energy and drive that a paycheck alone can't provide. Even the hardest days at work feel different when you know they're serving a dream. Without a vision, work can become a treadmill, lots of motion, no forward movement. You can spend years running fast only to realize you're in the same place you started. But with a vision, each step, each decision, and each opportunity has a purpose. You begin to choose jobs, projects, and relationships that move you closer to the life you've imagined. A job sustains you for a season, but a vision sustains you for a lifetime. It shapes your decisions, fuels your growth, and keeps you going when the work gets tough. And while the job will pay your bills, the vision will pay your soul. Don't just measure your life by your income, measure it by your impact. Money can tell part of the story, but it can't tell the whole truth. A large income might impress people for a moment, but the value you bring to others will echo far longer. Your paycheck is a snapshot of what you earn. Your impact is the legacy of who you are and what you've given. One fades quickly, the other grows over time. If all you focus on is income, you can end up in a constant race, earning more, spending more, and feeling less satisfied. But when you focus on impact, you discover a different kind of wealth. You measure success by the lives you've touched, the problems you've solved, and the good you've put into the world. That's the kind of currency that never loses its value. Impact isn't always flashy. Sometimes it's a word of encouragement at the right moment, a helping hand when someone is struggling, or the example you set through your own discipline and integrity. These small acts ripple outward, influencing people you may never even meet. A life measured by impact creates fulfillment that money alone can't buy. Your influence shapes families, communities, and even generations. Long after the numbers in your bank account have changed, the difference you made will still be working. So keep earning, but let your greatest goal be to leave the world better than you found it. After all, income is what you take in, but impact is what you leave behind. Comfort is a nice place to visit, but it's a dangerous place to live. It can lull you into thinking you're doing well when, in reality, you've simply stopped growing. Comfort asks nothing from you. It doesn't demand risk, effort, or courage. But purpose will pull you out of bed in the morning with fire in your heart. It gives you a reason to push past the easy choice and go after what truly matters. Comfort often keeps people where they are because it feels safe. You know the routines, the surroundings, and the expectations. But safety without growth eventually turns into stagnation. Life wasn't meant to be lived on autopilot. It was meant to be an adventure. Purpose invites you into that adventure, even when it's uncomfortable. When you live with purpose, you're willing to take the hard road if it leads to something meaningful. You'll trade short-term ease for long-term fulfillment. You'll face challenges that test you, but in the process, you'll discover strengths you didn't know you had. Purpose doesn't make life easier. It makes life worth it. Comfort can preserve you, but purpose will transform you. And the truth is, transformation is where the real living begins. It's the difference between existing and thriving, between just getting by and leaving a mark. So enjoy moments of comfort when they come, but don't build your life there. Instead, anchor yourself to a purpose so strong that even the toughest days can't shake it. Because comfort might let you survive, but purpose will keep you truly alive. Working hard without a plan is like sailing without a destination. You can spend all your energy moving, yet end up nowhere that matters. Effort by itself isn't enough. It needs direction. You can row harder, adjust the sails, and push through the storms. But if you haven't chosen where you're going, you'll simply drift wherever the wind decides. And drifting is rarely where dreams are found. A clear plan turns your work into progress. It takes the same hours, the same energy, and the same discipline, but channels them toward a specific outcome. With a destination in mind, every task gains meaning, every challenge becomes a step forward, and every decision is weighed against the course you've set. When you lack a plan, it's easy to confuse activity with achievement. You feel busy, maybe even exhausted, but you're no closer to the life you want. Without a map, you can work for years and still find yourself wondering why you haven't arrived. A plan doesn't guarantee smooth sailing. It guarantees purposeful sailing. The winds may change, the waters may turn rough, but you'll know how to adjust your course. You won't be swayed by every passing opportunity or distracted by every shiny object. So work hard, but work hard on purpose. Set your course before you set sail, and you'll find that the same effort that once kept you drifting can now take you exactly where you want to go. Design your life so that your work serves your dreams, not the other way around. Too many people build their entire lives around their jobs, adjusting their dreams to fit the limits of their work. They choose their schedules, their hobbies, even their relationships based on what their job allows. But work should be a tool to support your vision, not the cage that contains it. When your dreams lead the way, your work becomes a means to an end, not the end itself. You begin making choices that align with where you want to go rather than just where you are. You take on projects, develop skills, and seek opportunities that push you closer to your desired life. The paycheck becomes fuel for your goals instead of a chain that ties you to a routine. This shift in perspective changes how you handle challenges, too. Obstacles at work don't derail you as easily because you know they're just part of the journey towards something bigger. You're not working simply to keep the machine running. You're building something personal, something that matters deeply to you. The danger of letting work rule your life is that you can end up with success on paper, but emptiness in reality. You might achieve career milestones, yet feel unfulfilled because you never designed a life around your passions and values. So start with the life you want and let that blueprint guide your work decisions. Build in reverse, define the dream first, then shape the job to fit it. In the end, it's far better to have work that fits your life than a life that fits your work. Success is not just about what you earn, but about who you become. Money can buy many things, but it can't buy character, discipline, or wisdom. If your income grows but your integrity shrinks, that's not success. That's a trade you'll regret. True success shapes you into a better version of yourself. It's about building strength, developing skills, and cultivating values that will outlast any paycheck. Earning more is valuable, but becoming more is essential. Every challenge you face and every goal you pursue should refine you, not just reward you. The pursuit of success is really the pursuit of growth, the kind of growth that changes how you think, how you act, and how you impact others. If all your effort goes into acquiring things, you risk neglecting the person you're becoming in the process. Your achievements might impress for a season, but your character will define you for a lifetime. The best victories are the ones that make you wiser, stronger, and more compassionate along the way. This doesn't mean you should ignore financial goals. Far from it. It means you should let those goals work hand in hand with personal development. Let each step toward material success also be a step toward becoming the kind of person you'd admire. In the end, your income will fade, your titles will change, and your possessions will pass to someone else. But the person you become will stay with you forever. That's the real measure of success. A paycheck can make you survive. A dream can make you thrive. Survival covers the basics. It keeps you fed, sheltered, and safe. But thriving is about far more than meeting your needs. It's about stretching your potential, living with excitement, and pursuing something that stirs your soul. A paycheck alone can keep you standing, but a dream will give you a reason to run. When you live only for the paycheck, life becomes a cycle of working, spending, and starting over. There's security in that, but also a quiet emptiness. You're meeting your obligations, but you're not necessarily moving toward anything that inspires you. A dream changes that. It pulls you forward, often beyond what you thought was possible, and transforms routine into purpose. Dreams breathe life into effort. They turn long hours into meaningful steps and transform challenges into milestones. Even setbacks feel different when you know they're part of a bigger journey. Instead of simply enduring the grind, you see yourself building towards something that matters deeply to you. Survival is about staying alive. Thriving is about truly living. Thriving means growth, contribution, and fulfillment. It's not just having enough. It's having a reason to get up in the morning with energy and anticipation. So earn your paycheck, but don't stop there. Let it be the tool that funds your dream, because one day you'll look back and you won't remember the bills you paid. You'll remember the life you built. Don't wait for retirement to live. Create a life worth living right now. Too many people postpone their joy, saving their dreams for some distant someday. They tell themselves they'll travel when the kids are grown, pursue their passion after the mortgage is paid, or start living once the workload lightens. But life doesn't come with a guarantee that someday will arrive. All we truly have is today, and it's far too precious to spend entirely on waving. When you delay living, you risk building a future that never comes. You may reach retirement with money in the bank, but no energy, health, or time left to enjoy it. The danger is waking up one day and realizing you traded the best years of your life for plans you never acted on. Living now doesn't mean being reckless. It means being intentional. It means finding ways to bring pieces of your dream into the present, even in small ways. Take the trip, start the hobby, deepen the relationships, and create the experiences that matter most to you. You'll discover that when you weave moments of meaning to your life today, you don't have to wait for a magical future to feel fulfilled. Retirement can still be a chapter of freedom, but it doesn't need to be the first chapter where you start truly living. So don't keep your best life locked away for a later date. Begin building it now, piece by piece, with the time you've been given. Because in the end, the only right time to start living is today.